It's easy to look around and feel like you're losing the race because you're constantly seeing everyone else's highlight reels while you're still stuck in your own messy middle. You scroll through your phone for 5 minutes and suddenly your life feels small. But you have to remember that you're often comparing your day 1 to someone else's year 10. Social media makes us think that success is a straight line, yet the reality is that everyone is fighting a hidden battle that you know nothing about. The truth is that you can't ever truly win a game that's based on someone else's rules. So you might as well stop trying to beat people who aren't even on the same path as you. I want you to take a second and think about where you were exactly 1 year ago, because that's the only metric that actually tells you the truth about your growth. If you're even a little bit smarter or stronger than that person from last year, then you're already winning the only competition that actually matters. We spend so much energy looking at the person in the next lane, and we do it even though their speed has absolutely zero impact on our own finish line. When you focus on beating others, you're letting their potential dictate your limits, since you'll likely stop pushing yourself the moment you think you've passed them. But when you focus on beating the person you were yesterday, your potential becomes limitless, because there's always a slightly better version of yourself waiting to be reached. It's tempting to want the big flashy results right now, yet the most sustainable changes always come from the small wins that nobody else even sees. You might feel like you aren't moving fast enough because the world tells us that we need to be overnight successes or we're failing. That's a lie that keeps people paralyzed. That's why I want you to ignore the noise and just focus on being 1% better than you were when you woke up this morning. Think about how much less stressful your life would be if you stopped checking the scoreboard of strangers and instead you started keeping track of your own personal bests. If you can learn to celebrate your own progress without needing it to look better than someone else's, then you found the secret to staying motivated for the long haul. Comparison is the thief that steals your joy, and it does it by making you feel like your good isn't good enough just because someone else is doing better. And now that we're living in a world that's always on, it's harder than ever to shut out the voices telling us we're behind. But behind is a relative term that doesn't really exist unless you're measuring yourself against a timeline that wasn't built for you in the first place. You have your own unique set of challenges and your own specific strengths, so it's completely illogical to expect your journey to look like a copy of someone else's. Whenever you feel that itch to compare yourself to a friend or a creator online, just remind yourself that you're only seeing the parts of their life that they want you to see. You don't see their late nights or their failures, so that makes it very easy to feel like they've got some kind of magic touch that you're somehow missing. The only way to actually build real confidence is to prove to yourself that you can follow through on your own promises, because that's the only victory that's ever going to stick. Every time you choose to work out when you're tired or finish a project when you're bored, you're beating the old version of yourself that would have given up. That's where the real power lives, and you'll find that the more you focus on yourself, the less power other people's opinions have over your own happiness. Since you can't control what other people do, it's a waste of time to let their actions determine how you feel about your own worth. You could be the best in the world at something, yet there will always be someone coming up behind you who might be faster or younger or luckier. If your self-esteem is tied to being the best compared to others, you're always going to be looking over your shoulder with anxiety. But if your self-esteem is tied to your own effort, then you can sleep peacefully at night because you know you gave everything you had to the day. So go out there and stop looking for validation in the comment section or the like count, since those things are just hollow distractions from the work. Once you realize that your only real rival is the person staring back at you in the mirror, the pressure to perform for the world just starts to melt away. Keep your head down and stay focused on your own lane, even if it feels like you're the only one who isn't shouting about your progress yet. The results will eventually speak for themselves, but you have to be willing to be your own biggest fan before anyone else even notices what you're doing. You're doing better than you think you are, so just keep showing up and keep outgrowing the person you used to be. That's the only way to live a life that actually feels successful on the inside, because at the end of the day, you're the only one you have to answer to. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next video.